Welcome to Cryptoland News. First up, Dokuan, Terra Luna. Many people believe that Bitcoin and altcoins crashed because of Dokuan's and Terra Luna's alleged rug pulling. You might be surprised to learn that this is not the truth. It was confirmed by the SEC that the SEC Dokuan cashed out over $2.7 million in a span of just a few months before the Luna collapse and US collapse. According to reports, the SEC is probing Terraform Laboratory's marketing to retail investors. The agency is particularly interested in how the firm promoted its now-defunct stablecoins. This news comes just days after the U.S. court ordered Quan's company to comply with SEC's investigative subpoenas. There is no doubt that the sell pressure and downwards pressure on cryptocurrency markets were caused by what Quan and Terra Luna. From a narrative perspective, regulators and people looking in see this and think there's lots to be afraid of in cryptocurrency. However, after further investigation and chain analysis, Terra's stablecoin collapse wasn't the main reason for the recent crash in crypto markets. Blockchain analytics platform Chain Analysis released a report that examined the crash of Terra's stablecoin USD. The report stated that while it was a contributing factor in the crash in crypto markets, it wasn't the most important. According to Chain Analysis, market's recent decline seems more closely related to the tech market collapse than to US collapse. Bitcoin's price correlation with tech stocks is relatively new, with Bitcoin being the most popular cryptocurrency. I attribute this increase in correlation to tech stocks and Nasdaq's SP. I attribute it to the fact that Bitcoin has become a global macro asset, which is being seen by so many people. It is considered a high-risk asset by many big players and institutions. Now, we believe that Bitcoin altcoins has Ethereum's crash is due to the relationship with tech stocks, which are also crashing. So who's to blame? If you said Joe Biden or the Fed, or if your answer was whoever pulls the strings on our economy's finances, then you were correct. They lied about inflation.
I really doubt that we're going to see an inflationary cycle.
Most economic analysts believe that it will have a temporary or transitory impact.
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great,
This is something that will settle down.
Transitory.
And the data shows that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. It's highly unlikely that it's going to be long-term inflation that's going to get out of hand. I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Over the last couple of months, we actually saw it trended downward.
President Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, enthusiastically retweeted an economist who had said in part most of the economic problems we're facing, inflation, supply chains, etc., are high-class problems.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, the number one thing that the president can do is help get COVID under control. That we know is the root cause of inflation.
President Biden this afternoon saying he thinks we're at the peak of the crisis right now and that lower prices are on the way.
The inflation has everything to do with the supply chain. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin. I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home.
If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts.
I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything.
The Federal Reserve Janet Yellen, the people in charge of our economy, lied about inflation. Now they talk about it like they didn't know anything about it. Inflation rose 8.6 in May to the highest level since 1981. I believe that this is a lie. The Consumer Price Index rose 8.6. May saw a 6% increase in core inflation, excluding food and fuel. This was a significant increase from last year. Shelter costs, which account for about one-third the Consumer Price Index, rose at the fastest 12-month rate in 31 years. The rise in inflation caused workers to lose more ground, with real wages falling 0.6 and 3. So this is today's most important news. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive the latest cryptocurrency news. Share this video to your friends and see you in the next video.